Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? It's your boy Demo the Don, aka God Demo. Back in the house again, back in this thing again, doing what I do the best, doing what I do the most. Keep it real. And why not? You're like nothing to me. Like, why would I go through the whole ordeal of lying to you, playing games with you, uh, any of that stuff, Because I'm like, seriously, if you really understood, and instead of having your faith and doubt and disbelief, you understand the danger you're in. So I'm like, these people don't realize they're under, so much danger, you know. So I'm a three times over sorcerer, you know what I'm saying, or three times over a warlock, you know what I'm saying. So I was telling y'all about, how I am author Merlin Solomon. So that means the wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, and Arthur is a great fighter, and Merlin as a great warlock. You know, so it's just like if y'all really knew. So okay, like I said, your people, your leaders, your religious leaders, and your political leaders saw fit to separate the stories. Maybe that it would help them some, and would help confuse me some too when I came about. Are you prepared for Jehovah's return? No, you're not. You're not. You're not prepared. You didn't realize who Jehovah was, did you? So when it comes to me, like I share my name with several people, you know what I'm saying? And I share my life, the lives that I've lived as those people with several odd people. So with the thing with Arthur, Merlin, and Solomon, it had to be broken up. But for me, it was all me. Same as Afro Samurai Rurouni Kenshin. The Wandering Samurai. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Afro Samurai Roni Kenshin. Yeah, Shinta. So, you know, I just like, oh, these people. So, yeah, oh, boy, I got my skills too, boy. Chop you up quick. But yeah, like I say, I'm a peaceful person. I'm about being a pacifist. And I told y'all, see, because of y'all stupidity and y'all arrogance, y'all messed up and made so many enemies. And some of those enemies are you. So as I was telling y'all about, different realms, different dimensions, and different parallel universes, right? So you have to think. This is a lot of different people. So right now we're at 3,113, 313,000 different Earths that's going to you're going to have to battle with. You're going to have to battle with everything that you are. Plus, fist fight because y'all like to fist fight. So, the 50 top of your champions is going to have to fight the 50 top champions of everyone else. Okay. And then your top leaders, wartime leaders, they're going to have to, and then this time, they're going to have to battle not only this time people, but in every other time people. And you're going to have to play by everyone's rules. And your generals are going to have to think strategically to win these battles against 3,113,000, yeah, 313,000 uh, different Earths. And so, we're just going to have fun with that because that's a lot of fighting, And like I said, your top 50 warriors, fighters, you know what I'm saying? They're going to battle. So, pick your warriors wisely. So, it's one of those type of situations where you put yourself in a bad position. So, okay. So remember, I said I was a sorcerer three times over. So, Shazam! No, like Shazam, not Captain Marvel, but the guy who gave Captain Marvel his powers. Shazam! And it's crazy too, cause like a lot of people. I want to tell y'all the story of Shazam so hard because that's an amazing story of how I became Shazam, what happened to my brothers and sisters, when how they went down. It's an amazing story. You need visuals. So and then Mortal Kombat. You ever heard of that? Mortal Kombat? So I'm the Lord of the Underworld, right? See, but you didn't realize that the Lord of the Underworld, I told you, I protect gods. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I protect gods. So Quan Chi. So we thought of this. It was like, you know what? Why don't we have a Mortal Kombat where it's not, they're not just like solely outnumbered and outgunned and done. We're gonna have them go against each other, and the losers, the bottom 13 or 13,000, the bottom 13,000, peace. So I'm just saying, you claim to be so big, so bold, so bad, and you, like I said, you guys are not sharing this with your neighbors and friends, so that way they can have some kind of preparedness about this. They don't know, and they're under the impression that it's all good and everything's going to be okay. It's not. You have 313,000 different Earths to battle against. You all do, you know. So have fun with, because y'all said peace isn't good enough for you, and you don't want peace. You want to fight, 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 because peace seems boring to you. Be careful what you say and what you wish for. Oh, so I told you, I'm also the wish master, the Jinn, chaos, the plaid polka dotted purple people eater. Let me say it a little slower. The plaid polka dotted purple people eater. Yeah, chaos. So you got all this stuff wrapped up into one person, and you want to pretend as if you could contend. Boy, you guys are funny. You guys are really, really funny. So nothing makes me sadder than the agent lost his bladder. So I'm just saying, I'm a different person than I once was. I'm way more methodical, and I'm way more calculating. And I've been waiting for this moment for so long, and it's now here to where I can be myself, and I can show the world how Kronos get down. You know, I can show humanity how Kronos get down, how the time god Saturn, Father Time, gets down. Yeah. So, like I said, I set y'all up good. So I'm just gonna make this the longer video because why not? Because they don't need that. You don't need a whole big audience for this, now, do you? You need to be able to share this with your family and friends. So let's keep going with the rules. Why not? Because at first I was just gonna cut it short, so that way other people could get some kind of understanding. But forget that. I am who I am, and this ain't about me, doing all this extra, 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 extra for you. I'm not here to save you. Now, offer you salvation, yes, but to save you, no, no. Remember, like I said, you all have a problem with your ego and your vanity and your arrogance about your ego and vanity, and you're pretending that you have control over things that are not of your control. So, I told y'all how your leaders set you up with the whole four board game situation and whatnot, and I told you how I set you up. So remember, I told you how that goes. So you guys got a long way to go. Y'all way far behind. You don't really realize. See, I tried to give you a chance. That's what this is. That's me trying to give you a chance. But you don't want that chance. You don't want the opportunity. You don't want order. stability, peace, love, loyalty, gratitude. None of that stuff. You don't want any of that stuff. So, you know, I'm going to give you what you want. Why not? So, regardless of these next 10 years are going to be hell, regardless. And we're going to have a lot of fun for the next 10 years, regardless. So, I just want you to understand that, even though I love you and we love you, but you screwed over that love trying to be tough and rough and attitudinal and judgmental and trying to talk about what somebody else should be doing with their power. What somebody else should be doing with their time, energy, and effort that you most definitely can't do. It's just, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. So, like I said, the rules are pretty simple. Your top 50 champions. You get to choose them, and and how I don't know how y'all gonna choose them. Cause y'all ain't thought about having no actual kumates or nothing in like forevers or ever or ever, like for real. Y'all ain't never really had no kumates, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're ready, time ain't on your side. No, it ain't. Because I'm Father Time and I'm not on your side. You're the enemy that's still enemies to my other enemy. Fuck. Yeah, just because you they enemy don't mean that you're not my enemy too. Because you look at all the disrespect you give me and all my family and all my friends and all my loved ones. You expect me to just let that go and just forgive it? That's some hopeful wishing right there. That is what your leadership has given you, a lot of hopeful wishing. So, we're going to help you with that situation. So, your leadership is going to have to come up and devise a war plan against 300,000, 313,000 different Earths. Yep, yep. Good luck. And then that's one part, and I mean you all are going to have to fight. Everybody, they're going to have to command all of you to battle against a whole nother planet, like every single person. So, woo boy, I don't think your leadership knows that much about you to know to place you in places that need to be put because they don't know you. They don't care about you. They don't think nothing special of you. They never thought nothing special of you. Look at what they're doing to you. They're blanking your mind and making you get Alzheimer's and dementia and making you extra weak and ignorant to where you can't think and it takes so long for information to register and then you can't retain information for nothing. So you're not even retaining information. You're just you know, it's incredible. It's incredible to see you go through the things you're going through due to your leadership. So we're going to put them to the test. We're going to put them to the test. We're going to let them see and show you why they should have those positions. Because the thing about it is like when it first started or whatnot, your leadership was like, how can we tell he's such a great general? So I played my war game, and they were impressed. So we'll have them practice on those for the time being. That's if they thinking and they listening and whatnot. So you'll practice on that until the bell rings, and then I hope you got your game plan together on how you're going to do this. You're going to have to utilize every single person, and numbers count. Remember, numbers always count. So if the least amount of numbers that you have, you lost. It doesn't matter if you wiped out the whole other planet but your numbers are below a certain amount, you still lost because your numbers are too low. You can't rebuild. You can't rebuild off that. So what happens when you have to fight the next battle and the next battle and the next battle? And see, that's how it goes. Even if you won, whoever you got left, you got to take them to battle with the next battle. And you got to take it all the way to the top. So you got to try to keep as many people as you possibly can while you fight 3,000, I mean, sorry, 313,000 different Earths. And you got to keep as many people as you can throughout every last one till you're down to the very last person. And your 50 warriors that you're going to use to fight and represent, they can't be a part of that. So that's 50 warriors, your top 50 warriors down automatically. Okay. And that's mostly hand to hand, that's hand to hand combat, that you're going to have to fight other planets. So there are 50 warriors. And see, I'm being nice and I'm saying this all at once so everybody can get it all at one time. But see, like I said, you all are hard headed and don't listen, and your faith is in doubt and disbelief because your religion is skepticism and not any other stuff you talking about. That's my religion. That's no, it's not. Religion is the path you've chosen to walk in life. And if you've chosen a lot of doubt and disbelief, because like I told y'all got this whole delusional situation. I don't believe in that. And that's supposed to stop situation. No, it's just gonna make it worse for you because you can't get prepared if you don't believe in something. How can you be prepared for it? Because you don't believe in it. So you're not thinking that this, could happen and that this is happening and that you should be prepared for every bit of it. But no, that was about 2 years ago. I explained to y'all, you are at war with God because of your disrespect to God. And then I'm watching. We don't even need God right now. You don't need us. You don't need us. That's fine. That's fine. We ain't gotta help you never again. Why would we help you and you don't need us? You can handle it, right? That's what I'm saying. Y'all let these loudmouth punks talk all this mess, and you not defend what's right, which is true faith, true righteousness, true holiness, true stuff, truth, honesty, real facts. You're not defending none of that. So, we're going to help you out with that. Like I said, so first off, like I said, we got 3 tests to go through before they can even use you. You got to take a comprehension test, and that's of all subjects. So if you fail that, you're not going to be a part of the war to help your world. And then there's a second test, right? That's the the how, what can you do test, your skill test. Okay, so we got the skill test. You fail that, you out of there. And then it's the third test. It's the folding test. See what you were. See where your backbone is. How strong is it? How strong is your heart? And stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? How strong is your will? So those are the 3 tests that every single person is going to have to pass in order to be a part of that war. And all those who don't pass, you got to go through everything. All 2 kagillion, 14 billion, and 440 million years of suffering because you failed to gather knowledge and retain it and keep it locked down and intact. Your choices, your decision, fun, 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 happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Fight, 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 fight. Itchy and scratchy show. y'all keep playing these cat and mouse and dog and cat games as if they're going to last forever. Not the way you're playing it, they're not. But the way we want to play it, they are. And who's to say after the 2 kagillion, 14 billion, and 440 million years that we give up on you? We might not give up on you after the end. We might have more for you after going. I know with 876,000 lives per year through all those years. Yeah, do the math. You're so smart. Do the math. And like I said, the two gagillion, that's 28 rows of zeros. And then you gotta put the two to the third power, and then take the decimal point completely out. And let's see how far that goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. Because at the what the decimal point is where the zeros start, but it's not a zero after the decimal point. It's some numbers right there, right? So yeah, just plug in the numbers, and that's how long you got to deal with your stupidity. Good luck. I don't care. Do it sound like I care? Does really? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to offer salvation. Do you want salvation? It's not, oh, I praise my God and my God only. No, it's about the respect that you give your God, no matter what God it is. And if you have none, you have none. There is no place for you to go because you have no God who has a home for you to go to. Okay? So you've elected, you volunteered yourself for whatever, however, whenever. You are an experiment for us. We're going to experiment on you completely and utterly because you have no God. So you're at the mercy of every God. And if you have disrespected your God, you are at that God's mercy. And if your God decides to share their toys, guess what? You're at the mercy of every God they decide to share you with. It's not a game. It's not a joke. It's not one of those type of situations where you can play with your forever. You didn't take it serious? Your forever? Oh, because you didn't think that far ahead. That's supposed to make it okay and comfortable for you? I'm glad you're comfortable. I'm glad you feel delusionally safe. Okay? Because you just allow your enemy to just trample all over you because you weren't prepared. You might want to get prepared, people. I'm just being real, and you don't know how much longer you have until the invasion starts. So when the invasion starts and they start, taking you out, uh, it's already started, and the cycle has begun, and that's going to be the beginning of your memories that you'll be implanted with for forever because you can't remember nothing, right? So we're going to help you with your memories and the memory of all that TNT loving that you've been asking for by being arrogant and rude and mean and disrespectful in every single way. You do not play games with Father Time, the Word, the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit. That's a big part of what they should have told you, your religious leaders, is that the Word is not your buddy or your friend. I am the Lord. I am not here to please you. I am not here to entertain you. I am here to judge and evaluate and to, and I said judge, right? That's to put you where you need to be put. I'm paying, y'all didn't want to pay me, so I'm paying you with a reality check. Do not care what you think, feel, believe, or guess, what you've been taught by wicked churches. They have no connection to spirit. They don't even know our names. They're giving you false names, here, there, and everywhere. Yahshua is not your friend. Lord Jesus Christ, Yahshua, is not your friend. He is your Lord and Master. Now, for y'all who, the Muslim people, y'all praise Allah. I don't give a fuck what you think about that nigga. No God gives a damn what nobody cares. Fuck. This nigga is so selfish and inconsiderate and bold and rude and crude. You think we give a fuck about who you say that nigga name in front of one of us like he big and bad? He will stomp you. Okay? So like I said, rules, right? Rules, laws, protocol, procedure, things that you should be following, instead of your own ambition and drive and your own emotions, huh? Maybe think about some of this stuff. Maybe a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, you want to come down off that high horse, that My Little Pony gas station high horse that you're on in that delusional bubble of your own of vanity and ignorance and hard headedness and disrespect and rebellion and disobedience. There's a price for that stuff. Did your church tell you that? That it was a price for that stuff? And it's not just, oh, I'm sorry, that's going to get you out of it? The consequences of such actions? Okay. So I told you how the rules go, right? Like I said, I'm trying to help. Your top 50 warriors, hmm like I said, I'm not included. So you don't think of me. I'm not included in none of y'all shit. I am the God of gods. I'm only dealing with the gods. I gotta fight them. Well, I don't have to. But the ones that want to step up, they can step up. Shit. I don't mind. Hold up. See, I ain't like your enemies. Your enemies is a sneak on some shit. See, I told everybody in existence, I want to fuck you up. Okay? I want to put my paws all over you. That was my goal, is to grab everybody in existence and grant them three wishes, them three miracles. You know what I'm saying? I told you. First one, allow you're breathing, right? Okay. Then the second one is how fast that breath can go. Then the third one is how much can you deal with? How much can you handle? I have 3 seconds of TNT that the top alpha omega in 3 seconds was like, I'm done. How much can you take? How much of this TNT loving can you truly take and be serious about it? How much can you really, how much pain and suffering, agony can you take? And how much are you willing to deal with? How much are you willing to risk that you're right and I'm wrong? What are you willing to risk? Huh? Making deals? Making deals with who? Huh? You let these con men steer you all wrong? Because they have no idea. They have no clue. They can't tell you anything. Oh, because they can minister out of a book. But they have no spiritual connection. They have no spiritual connection, do they? I've tried and tried and tried to give you what you want and what you need, and you have disrespected me in every kind of way. You will suffer for your choices and decisions. Okay? And I just want you to know this. I want you to understand this. See, the enemies that's my enemy that we share in common, they lie to you. I'm telling you straight up, this is what I'm doing to you, baby. All these natural disasters, do you like them? All you gotta do is respect one person, and it can go down. Do you like all them floods and earthquakes and volcanoes and flash fires and everything? All you gotta do is start off with respecting one person. It can stop. But if I'm not happy, you think you're going to be happy? If the source is not happy, what makes you think you are going to be happy? Huh? So, like I said, I set y'all up good for forever. That's a long time to be battling, right? 300, over 300,000 different other Earths that you got to fight against. And you got to do it within 10 years. Hmm. Let's put those thinking caps on, y'all. I love you. We love you. Stop forgetting it. Stop messing over that love. Fighting for image. You should be living for peace. Huh? You like peace? You like, do you really like it? You better behave like it. Because if you don't, that's okay. There's consequences to actions, right? Karma is a what? And who is the cousin of karma? Fate. And who is they daddy? Time. Time is they daddy. Because you can't have karma or fate without time, right? Oh, you paid your phone bill, your electric bill, your water bill. Did you pay attention? Hmm? Or were you disrespectfully listening with all that? That's not real. I don't believe that. Like that will keep you safe. Like your doubt and disbelief will keep you safe. That is funny. That is truly funny. Oh boy, oh boy, I can't get enough of laughing at you guys. You can make this stuff up. You can make this stuff up. You're ignorant. You can't make it up. So, Mr. Crockett, yeah, the violator, the one who transpond. Yeah. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Arthur Murder Solomon. Yeah. Shazam. Yeah. Quan Chi. No. Listen, you ain't gotta believe me. You ain't gotta believe me. Just know that I'm a changed person right now, and I'm not as aggressive as I normally would be in these types of situations. I'm just going to defend myself. So you come on with it. I have an art that you have no idea how to defend against. Well, don't care. My art's so great. My art's so great. Let's put that to the test. I'm waiting for anybody to step up. Yeah. No, but for real though, just try to do the right thing out there. For real. You know what I'm saying? Because if you consider some things, things will go right. If you consider some things, things will go right. So I'm just letting you know that inconsideration is the root of all evil. Because if you don't think or care about some things are gonna go wrong every time. And you don't want that. You don't that's not something you want. That's not something you really need in your life. You know what I'm saying? Inconsideration. Who needs that in their life? So stop giving it. So, you can stop getting it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, do you really want to go through all of that, which I'm telling you that you're going to have to go through? Do you want to come down out that high horse and start doing the right thing? I'm just saying, thinking is not just something to do, for real. So, just saying, time, energy, effort, your three most important things. Uh, and I'm two of them. And effort is all on you. So if you're not putting in the effort, you're wasting my time and my energy. You can't keep wasting my time and my energy. And then Do you understand that image that you're fighting for is a borrowed image? That is a loner. That body that you're in, that is a loner. That's why you're mortals. You haven't come up with how you are supposed to look yet because you haven't thought outside of this basic human life. Yeah. So, hey, it's all on you. You know, your choice, your decision. And, are you really blissfully ignorant? Are you really happy to be ignorant? Seriously, are you really happy to be ignorant? Because last I checked, being ignorant don't make you happy. Because I can call you stupid, and you want to throw a party? Oh, okay, then. I know I carried this one on for too long, just like y'all carrying on with y'all nonsense for too damn long. What's up, Doc? Don't feed the ops.